step on your toes today because I need your feet. Okay, I'm going to need them. Let me dispel a few things before I get into this. My name is Fred Bailey. I'm an American. Been in America all of my life. I'm not an African American. I would get lost in here. So I have no business in Africa at all. It's okay to visit there. Hey, but I'm Fred Bailey. And as you can see, I am a black man, but it has nothing to do with Fred Bailey. My blackness has nothing to do with me. My Fred Bailey has something to do with his blackness. I accent my blackness. My blackness can't do anything for me. It's inert. We put way too much emphasis on it. And so what I want to get at today is, as I come out of my center in Nashville, I come in contact with a lot of homeless people on drugs, etc. I've been able to get some of them into Elam, and that's just a short-term thing because I think people in Elam need some help. Okay, and then I've got some in Buffalo Valley. But what bothers me is, though, why in the midst of 6 churches, at least 6, right in that vicinity, I don't see why you have these problems. So I'm wondering, when people go into those churches down there, or churches anywhere, what are you going in there with first, and what are you coming out with? If you didn't take anything in there, you're probably not going to come out with anything. All I'm trying to say is, ladies and gentlemen, I found the most direct path to God is getting rid of self and doing something for others. Service. Because here's what I found, and I've had to practice it. I've been blind all of my life. And I had to practice it. I truly go out on faith. Simply, just simple. That's all I go out on. I mean, I don't worry about whether I'm going to get back in my house or safely or not. And even if I didn't, like I telling Jesse, I'll be 72 Thursday. And one thing I've come to the conclusion, if I knew I was dying right now, I wouldn't be crying. I wouldn't be upset about it, because I have a knowing that the God that takes care of me knows what he's doing. I mean, it's just that simple. You know, I tell people all the time, I'm a pragmatist. What is that, Mr. Bailey? I do what makes sense. Okay. So I want to try to encourage everyone in here to try to get more service oriented. You're talking about your food pantry and stuff like that. Don't just bring canned goods, bring boxes to put it in. Okay? Now, but here's the big problem I have with even that. The way my daddy brought me through, now, like I said, I'm the 10th of 15 kids. Wow. The way my daddy brought me through, we were not allowed to take anything that we didn't earn, because the human condition requires you to give something for something, because you get diminished every time when you get something and you don't give something back. This is why he was never big on government. Nothing government was going to come into his house. Nothing. Because their favorite word back then, I'm talking about the 60s, their favorite words back then, don't be beholden. You guys ever heard that word? Yes. Don't be beholden. I want to help people not be beholden. And we got to understand that the government has tricked us. See, that's what everybody don't understand. The government stepped in because the government goal is to do what to you? Control you. And what the government want to do? They want to. Everything you see on your TV and your newspaper, all that stuff is controlled about by 4 people, and they're putting out there what they want you to hear. But none of that means anything when you make up your mind to say, I'm going to do something different than I did yesterday. I'm going to help somebody somewhere. You know, I mean, and we don't have to go far to find a service project. You know, your next door neighbor may be struggling, trying to get out of her car, and if you go into your house, past that elderly woman trying to get out of her car, you just go in your house, man. You just demeaned yourself, because you should have made every effort to be assistant to that lady. If you ever come through that door and somebody behind you, you just let the door shut. In 1966, I was a Boy Scout. I never forgot the oath. All my honor, I'll do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout laws, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. That's an oath. I never forgot it. I still carry myself that way. And it's an oath. It's more than a promise. And the only other document, basically, that I came across in my lifetime was the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, blah, 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 and endowed by their creator with certain inalienable rights, and amongst these, blah, blah. Ladies and gentlemen, some people say, well, I don't want to go by anything that American and the politician come. There's nothing wrong with America. It's the individuals that's in it. There's nothing wrong with America at all. The founding documents of this country, they're great. Even though a lot of those people, they had slaves and everything, yeah. But that didn't make the document what they wrote. That didn't make it null and void. Actually, it's good. Good stuff. I go by a lot of it. Now, heretofore, we hadn't had the men that had the moral or the ethics to fulfill these documents. That's been the problem. The way you get those ethics is just making up your mind, I'm going to find somebody or some project to do something for, so that I can get tuned in to God. Because when you do something for somebody else, self is gone. See what I mean? And guess what happens? Without you even knowing it, God will fill in that void where self came from. And that God is a much better entity, a much better navigator than you and I will ever be. And he'll keep you going. So a lot of time I'll catch things, my God. Because see, to me, my God has taken great care of me. I mean, I'm going to be 72 here in a little bit, and many holes and things I walked into, you would think I ought to be dead by now. But no, He's taken good care of me. So somehow I want to get it across to as many people as I can get it across to. You cannot leave these facilities on any given Sunday. You can't leave it and come back in the same way you left it. You just can't. Because the society needs you. Now, you forget about Fred Bailey. Fred Bailey's done his thing. Fred Bailey, if Fred Bailey is still a fool, he'll be one. Okay? But this 7, 8, 9, 10, 11-year-old child do not have a prayer if we don't put something in place for them. Y'all understand what I'm telling you? It's about them. It's about them. I want you to quit operating out of the 2 emotions, and only those 2, because those 2 emotions that you're operating out of will eventually kill you, because it keeps the cortisol flowing. It keeps it flowing. And those 2 are desire and fear. Most of us go to work. Oh, I love my job. No, you don't. You go to work because you're scared of losing that car. You're scared you won't be able to pay that mortgage. That's why you're going to work out of fear. And having these things give you some modicum of desire. Those two emotions is basically what we operate from all the time. And that hormone called cortisol don't need to be flowing in your system, because it's actually that cortisol, the same thing as adrenaline. It's a fight or flight mode. Well, if your body can't detect an enemy, your organs are going to take a hit. And that's where high blood pressure, that's where kidney failure, that's where all this stuff comes from. Because you don't know what real happiness is. And real happiness, believe me, if somebody's saying, thank you, I couldn't have done this without you. I appreciate it. I didn't know how I was going to make this happen. You want to find opportunities for that. That's what you want to find. Because otherwise, coming in here on Sundays, camaraderie is great. Some of these people I don't know here, but I'm sure I love everybody. I really do. Because that's what I'm supposed to do. You are part of me, whether you want to be or not. We're connected. We're human beings. Yes, ma'am. We're connected. It's no me or you. It's just us. And I think for us to be whole, we can't do the same thing day in and day out, because it does something to your ingenuity. It does something. The society is crying out right now. See, forget about President Trump, because I'm going to tell you something. I was born in 1953, and I lived through Eisenhower up until now. And my life really hadn't gotten that much better or worse under any of them. You see what I mean? They're not really making that big a difference in my life. Now, we can say, well, for the image that it doesn't mean anything to me. What means something to me is to see that little child that I hear back there, to see that child have something that they can believe in as they get to the age where they need to start believing in something. That's what means more than me. And I want to do everything I can to put something in place for that to happen. Because, the young folks, they waiting on you and I to do it. They waiting on you and I to put something in place. We have let them down big time. I don't want another Sunday, another Monday, another Tuesday to go by that we don't make a conscious effort to do something for somebody. It can be just whatever you need to do something different. If you see somebody and you just give them $10, I don't care what it is. You take somebody lunch today. I don't care what you do something different than you've always done, and it will grow from there. It will grow from there. If Fred Bailey can do what he does, I'm assuming all of you got two good eyes, ears, legs. I expect you to do more than me. And I do a lot. But I expect you to even do more than me. And I'm here to help, to talk, but I've got to. The physical game is easy to win, ladies and gentlemen. It's easy. That mind game is tougher. And I tell most of us, get out of your mind. Well, Mr. Bailey, that means you want us to go crazy? No, your mind has you trapped. If you don't harness it, it'll take you someplace you don't want to go. You got to be in control of your mind. And I guarantee you, it's 24 hours in a day. Don't let your mind tell you, well, I just don't have time. Well, I just don't have this. Well, I just don't have that. No, your mind is tricking you. You got time. you got enough money, and you got enough effort. Start applying it to where it makes a difference in someone else's life. Because I was in the gym one day, and this guy was saying, he said, "Can you give me that towel on the bench?" Well, I mean, I couldn't see what he was talking about. I mean, I said, "Where?" He said, "Right over there." He said, I said, then I finally figured out where he was talking. He said, "Oh, are you blind?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Man, I've been working out with you for 3 years, and I never noticed it." He said, "If I were blind, man," he said, "I would be so scared I wouldn't even come out of my house." I said, "Well, I quite frankly don't have time to be blind. There's too many people who need me." If you got any problem, do something to somebody else and you don't even recognize your problem. You don't even know it's there. You really don't. No doctor will ever write you that kind of prescription. Go do something for somebody and your back will stop hurting. Go do something for somebody and you won't have a migraine. You're not going to get that type of prescription. But most of the time you hear me talk, I'm talking about me because I'm all I know. I don't want to think about anybody out here. I'm all I know. And it works for me. It worked for me. I never worry about being blind because I got kids, adults that needs Fred Bailey. Yes. I teach a workout class 3 days a week. And I go out there. I said, "Well, why aren't y'all warming up?" "We're waiting on you. You know the routine." But that's what I'm saying. I got people. When I walk in there, I mean, most of the time I don't being blind. I don't even think about it because there's just too many people who need me. And I need all of you to think about that. I think boy, I never realized how blind sighted people were. Sighted people can't see a lot. You know, they really can't see a lot. No, my wife will go look for something. She said, she said, "Where are the scissors?" I said, "Right there where you're looking." She said, "No, they must be moved." I go over there and get them. She said, "I hate it when you do that." I said, "No, you ain't gotta hate it. You just gotta you sighted people just don't see well." Well, so all I'm saying to anybody and everybody, ladies and gentlemen, we need you out here. We need you yesterday, and it's getting worse. I'm seeing younger and younger individuals going into these thing called prisons. I'm seeing younger and younger individuals coming out of school who can't read. I'm seeing younger and younger people smoking marijuana. I'm seeing just more and more disintegration of the family unit. You know, I mean, it's just sad. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got all kind of problems out here. And if we want to extend service, I guarantee you probably go right outside this door and find a service. I suggest that you do so that you can be whole. You may say, "Well, you saying I'm not whole?" No, I'm saying this. If all you do is go to work and look after your household and all that, and that's great, and you do nothing else, you're not whole. Because life requires more from you than that. See, one thing my daddy taught me is, and man, I don't think he even knew he was teaching me that. At some point in time, I was going to be away from my father, my mother, my teacher. At some point in time, I'm going to be away from my preacher, maybe. And guess who my real boss is? This thing called life. And it doesn't care about your blackness, your blindness, your richness, your poorness, your infancy, your senior citizen. It only has one mandate: adapt and adjust to me. ladies and gentlemen, I think we need to help people adapt a lot better than what they're doing. And with the family structure being what it is, it's kind of hard for the young person to get a foothold. And that's what we want to do. We want to, you know, some people say, well, it's poverty, and poverty should make you better. Yeah, it should make you better, because I'm sure there were not very many people poorer than we were. We got bullied in school and all of that. My daddy was an alcoholic, and everybody knew it, and man, they just made fun of it. But we never wanted to go and get a gun and shoot anybody. You know, that wasn't what we want to do. But we just kept our wits about us and came out the other side of it in good fashion. I think, take on a project, take on a service, and I need us to not do it one day. See, we got, it's just like I used to tell people about kids graduating from high school. Well, the kids graduating from high school, they got a structure, you know, such as it is at home. Okay, they got a structure at school. You know, my kids had a structure at Children Are People. They go off to college, and a lot of them just crash because there's no structure. And I was telling everybody, you're going to need a graduate intervention team to follow these kids all the way through until you know they can stand on their own feet. You have to do that. So I wanted to tell you today, not like I said, not step on your toes, not say you're not doing anything, not saying any of that. I'm just saying we got a lot of work to do out here, and not just on Sundays, not just on Mondays, not just on Tuesdays. We got a lot of work to do until the work is done. Until the work is done. Yes, ma'am. If there's a child anywhere, and I want you to put most of your emphasis on children. I mean, let's face it, you get to be my age and you're still stupid, you get what you deserve. Okay? I mean, don't put your emphasis on somebody my age, 30 and 40. I mean, come on. I mean, help them if you can, but don't waste your time. But the child depends on us for everything. Everything. Yes. That's where you want to put your attention as much as you can. Yeah, you know, help an adult if you can, but sometimes some of us got so many excuses. I mean, I can't take it. So that's kind of where what I wanted to get over to you today. I didn't want to come in here and be dogmatic and all of this nonsense, because I think you understand what I'm telling you. I think you do. Now, how can we make the jump to do it? Now, start today. Find something to do. You already got one thing to do to fill this place up with canned goods. Okay? I mean, really, it shouldn't be. You shouldn't hardly be able to walk in here. So many canned goods. Get fired up about things. Get fired up, man. Don't do it. Well, you know, we collecting canned goods at our church. Make it the best canned good drive. Make it the best project there ever was. You see what I mean? I mean, you know, put some, you know, get some life into things. You know. So I mean, that's what we want to do, ladies and gentlemen. I love life. I mean, I don't care what's going on. I love it. I mean, life has been great to me. I tell everybody, man, I don't, you know, oh, you happy every time I see you. Hey, I'm alive, ain't I? I mean, I'm supposed to be happy. I mean, good grief. You know, I mean, shoot, get fired up about life. And when you get fired up about life, it will carry over into that little boy you see, you know, next door to you. You want to find out if he can. You want to find out, can he say his ABCs? You want to find out, can he talk? Can he count to 10? You know what I mean? I mean, you know, if Miss Thompson is old, her grass need cutting, cut it. I mean, you know, befriend a child in school that don't really have any kind of network, any kind of that's being ostracized. Find out, you know, your kids know who's been picked on in school. Take that child on. I'm just saying, let's get something that we can get passionate about. Because once you get passionate about it, God will help you take care of it. See, it's never going to be the right time. You're never going to have enough money. You're never going to have enough people. It's never going to be the right building. Just start. Just start. You know, that's how you learn how to. Man, I don't know. I must have been crazy because when I at my school we had a swimming pool. I was scared of it, but back in the country we used to jump up in the lake. I mean, you know, that's how we learn how to swim. Just jump in. You know, but it's not going to ever be the right time. Just do something. Just do it, and get. You know, it's not the president. It's not the General Assembly. They don't even know we're out here. They're not trying to do anything to you. They don't even know we're here. But we know we're here. The president don't see Miss Thompson on her walker trying to get in the house. The General Assembly don't see the little boy or the little girl that can't read. The General Assembly don't see the individual that's been up all night because the mother, the father, whatever, arguing all night. The General Assembly, the president, they don't see this kind of stuff. I want you to fix what you can see. Yes, ma'am. I want you to fix what you can have some effect on. You won't have no effect on Washington or the General Assembly, but you will the school. You will next door. You will piling canned goods in here. You that's something you have an effect on. And like I said, take it further than that. Don't just bring the canned goods, but get the boxes to be made up to put it in. That's what I'm looking for, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking for the added push to shift. And it's a mental thing. Because physically, you can bring the canned goods in here. That's, you can't carry 2-3 cans. You better get in the gym. You know, physically it's fine. Making the mental push to do it. That it's all mental. And my background is such. The way I came through, it was bad. It was bad. But God, and I would say the God that takes care of me knows what he's doing. I didn't because I'm too young. But I know he knows what he's doing now. Because if you had told me 30, 40 years ago I was going to be dealing with a bunch of hard-headed, no-mannered kids, I'd told you were crazy. Because I didn't come up with that. Because my daddy would have knocked you down when you didn't say yes, ma'am. He wouldn't wait till you got home. He'll knock you down then. The country is lacking respect and work ethic. We don't have an immigrant problem in this country. We have a lazy problem. Because I worked for General Electric, the commercial industrial motor division, and we had whole families working there. Goodyear, Armstrong, all that. Man, when everybody was working, we didn't know what an immigrant was. But when the government stepped in and said, oh, y'all don't have to work that hard. Let me give you this welfare thing. Let me give you this public housing. Let me give you this section. Let me give you this. That's when we started going downhill because we started expecting something for nothing. And the universe just is not ordered that way. So, I'm going to take some questions because my whole point today was to just I'm going to fire you up a little bit because I'm telling you, it's not that hard. I mean, I do something every day for somebody different. Yeah, every day. So